and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I finished my 30 by 40. I finished it in less than a week, I think. This was the only painting I think I was working on at the time, and I started the Whip and Chat the week before last, and I finished it last week before I started doing my big one. I think it was the fact that I was going to be doing a big one and I wanted to be able to do it, but I wanted this finished first that helped. But it is done. I have the bag that had a couple of extra pots in that is finished with, so I can pop that away. But I do need to sort the diamonds, and the diamonds are going to be a little bit different for this one. I think the main aim of this video is to show it you completed, and I will get it cut and put on some cardstock for my display book where they go. But these don't have DMC numbers. Now, I do have a couple of videos on how you can find out the DMC numbers. So either by using a DMC book, and you can look them up and, you know, get the closest match and call it that DMC number. Or I do have one where you can save it until you're dekitting another kit and then have a look at if the colours match. You know, if something closely matches what you're dekitting out of another kit where you know the DMC number, and then you can put it with them. But to be honest, they do take longer. It might be worth doing if you don't have many diamonds, or, you know, you very much like the order of having them all away. But to be honest, I do that many kits, that much dekitting. As you can probably tell, this week I have done a lot of breakdown videos, or I think I have about 3 scheduled for this week. This being number 2 for this week. That, do you know what? I'm not going there. I do like the idea. Somebody said that for any kits that don't have DMC numbers, they actually have a Christmas ornament that they put them all into, and they just tip them into one of those clear glass Christmas ornaments, and when it's all done they have a bauble for the tree. I like that idea. I don't currently have any blank Christmas ornaments. I might need to wait till a little bit closer to Christmas to get one of those, but I may decide that I want to match some up or not. So I'm keeping my options very much open by putting each individual colour in a bag. And then I have this, it's actually a plant pot from IKEA. I have a few of them with different things in, like I have one with washi tape in, one with adhesive in, one that has toolkits that come with kits that I keep. I have one that holds them, and I have this one that holds any diamonds that don't have a DMC number. In fact, I think my last lot went to my daughter for her to take into a primary school. So maybe if you've got, you know, younger kids that you know that like to do a little bit of dotting, you can give them a blank canvas along with some of your non-DMC diamonds and let them make pretty patterns. The opportunities are endless on what you can do. So for now, I am just going to put them in bags, throw them in this tub, which also has some cover paper that I actually got from the States that comes on a roll, in case I ever want some cover paper that will do a big area. I should maybe use that on one of my large paintings soon, and cover it up that way maybe. I do keep forgetting it's there, so maybe I should pull it out from this box and do it that way. But for now, for the dekitting of this one, I think I am just going to put the diamonds into bags. I've actually got a couple of floaters. I'm not sure which ones they are. And I'm not going to figure it out. They can go. And yeah, I'm just going to throw them in some bags. No labels. No fanciness to them. They're just going in that pot until I decide what I may want to do. I may decide to have another session matching them up. I may decide when I kit or dekit around in the future to see if it matches any of the colours I have in there. That's probably the least time consuming one, is when you're dekitting a painting that you do have DMC numbers for, you just double check if any of your non-DMC diamonds match, and if they do, you put them in your spare storage with it at the same time. You can use a DMC colour card. That tends to take a bit longer because I find not only are you trying to find the closest match to a DMC number, but then you are getting out a bag out of your spares for every single one. But it is the one that gets them all away. So it really does depend on which you prefer to do. But to be honest, I don't fancy doing any at the moment. And there are a few that I look at them and I'm pretty sure I know what colours they're supposed to be. Especially the likes of this R. It is actually the first letter in this diamond painting. And I think, especially because W is actually a navy blue and not a black, I think W is 939. And I think the symbols have been put in DMC order, because I think this letter R is actually 154, which is sort of the first dark purple in, you know, one of the lower numbers. I think that's what that is. Definitely looks like a 154 to me. So I could probably figure out most of these, partly from their positioning on the canvas, and just my recognition of DMC colours due to doing cross stitch and diamond painting, and therefore I've picked up associations of different colours from doing both. I could probably figure it out. Am I going to? Nah. Nah. That's not happening at the moment. So I am sorry if you were hoping for me to dekit this one by actually figuring them out, but I think my time is much better spent doing other things at the moment. And as nice as it would be to have them away, I then feel like I'd have to deal with the other ones that are in here, which are mainly diamonds that have come with special diamond paintings. So sometimes a special diamond painting will have a mixture of rhinestones and some plain diamonds. And that's where I know at least one batch of them has come from, is from that. And I'd feel like I'd have to deal with them all, which would just take too much time. So I may do the Christmas ornament thing in the future. They may get sent with my daughter to her school, if that's an activity they want to do again. Or they may just sit here for a while until it's decided. But I'm going to class that kit as dekitted. 10 minutes in and it's dekitted. It's done. But the more important thing is I do want to prep this one for going away. So let's pop my plant back. Now, I do have a feeling that, let me get my piece of A3 card. I do have a feeling that I filled up my display book my portrait display book. I did. I actually filled this up when I put all my special diamonds away, which in turn, I think it was this one where a lot of my non-DMC numbers came from, because this one had some special diamonds in it. It was a partial, it was glow in the dark, it had googly eyes. I classed it as a special, but it does have a lot of standard DMC colours mixed in with it, and they're all in my spares DMC box. So while I can't put this painting in my book because my book is full, I can get it all ready for when I do purchase another book. So the first thing I want to do is cut all the way around it. In fact, let me move my black cardstock just so I don't end up with lots of bits on it. And the reason this has lots of different tape lining around the outside, I actually use this canvas for a tips and tricks video. So this far right hand side, the glue is covered with just normal tape, sticky tape. We tend to call it sellotape in the UK, but that's a whole different brand name in Australia. So sticky tape should work for wherever you are. So that side is sticky tape. These two sides are actually frog tape, which is masking tape for decorating. And then the bottom edge, which is orange, is actually just some washi tape. So you can use all, any, whichever you want for edging your diamond painting to stop your adhesive glue picking up bits. Of course, using the clear sticky tape means you do still get to see what is on the canvas. Sorry, sounds like Luna wants to play. She started barking when she wants to play. We're trying to teach her to get a toy when she wants to play. Yeah, the benefit of the sticky tape is you can still see the ledger, which it can be very handy when you're doing a diamond painting. Depends on how you diamond paint. I know there are quite a few people that will just number their pots 1, 2, 3, and they will use the ledger to tell them where to go and which one to place. I tend to just use this when kitting up, and then I use my pots, because if I can miss out a step, it makes it quicker. So this is going to go on here. So I need to pop some tape on the back actually. And my double-sided tape is not in this room. I know exactly where it is, so I'm just going to grab a roll out of stock. I know where it is. It is currently on the table, ready for preparation of some stock items. So let's just grab another one, because it's not like I don't go through it. And I like to put about 3 pieces down. This is just to sort of get hold of it the best I can. Now, somebody did mention when I was doing the mini paintings that they like to push down the tape a few times on the canvas, and it helps it to stick, because the double-sided tape does stick better to the card than it does to the canvas. So let me just use my camera to make sure that's in the middle, and then I rest down with my arm, and hopefully this helps it to stick. But I tend to find you have to sort of fold over the corner, and then I use my nail to get the tape part to stick, and then I can peel off the rest. Please tell me that didn't move. No, I don't think it did. And then once the first one's down, I can flip it up, which is a lot easier to get hold of. And again, as I say, I tend to fold a corner off. It tends to take both when I do it. unless you get the really sticky tape, but that tends to be dearer, and I don't find that display books need it. This tends to hold them in the book enough, especially because it's going into a clear pocket, and then the weight will help that one to stick. And then do the last one. So I fold over a corner, I'm not sure if you can see that, and then I push it back, push the tape back with my nail, and try and just keep hold of the rest. And of course that didn't do it enough, so let's do it this way. Just try and get them to split apart, and then once I do, it tends to stick enough for me to pull the cover off. There we go. For me to pull the wax paper off. There we go. So this is mainly today's video, showing you that there is beauty in simplicity is done. And you know what that means? I have de-kitted a 30 by 40, which means coming up very soon, I will be kitting up a new 30 by 40, or maybe it'll be a 30 by 30, or maybe I think I've got a 40 by 50 in my small diamond paintings decision wheel. So stay tuned for a video later on in the week where I will be kitting up another small painting, so that I will have my large Picasso kitted up. I have a couple of mini sets, Paint Gem mini sets that I like to mix things up with, and then I will have kitted up a small painting as well, so that I can vary things about depending on my mood, depending on the time that I have. I do need to get another display book. Not exactly sure where it's going to go, but you know, you keep doing the diamond paintings, I need somewhere to put them. So for now, I'm going to pop it back in with my card just to keep it protected. It slides under my desk, so this stops me from knocking diamonds off if it's got something over the top of it. What you can also do, if you do like to change your diamond paintings, is you can get a 30 by 40 frame, or an A3 frame, sorry. An A3 frame, which is the size of this cardstock, and then you can just change it out all the time and use your black as your background as you're mounting. But for now, as beautiful as this one is, and I do actually think there's a few places this may go, for now it's going to stay in here until I decide for definite. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Do stay tuned, coming this week. Oh, I think tomorrow is another Diamond Art Club unboxing, if you've got your guesses ready for what we purchased, Megan and I. And then of course we have kittens up, etc. But there's many more videos to come. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.